Hello friends and welcome back to Generation Pixel, and today, well, I'm going to be starting a new series titled
Know Your Roots.
Now, it's not exactly new, not in my head anyway, because quite frankly, my whole channel was sort of based around looking at current games and seeing where their retro roots lay. Now, I haven't really got round to doing this properly, well, not until now hopefully. But one other content creator by the name of Davis Deadly had noticed the way my channel was developing and suggested that I do a sort of mashup between Mrs. Doubtfire and Mr. Rogers. Now, Mrs. Doubtfire I know only too well, but Mr. Rogers was a different kettle of fish. Being Scottish, I had no real idea who he was, other than apparently Tom Hanks played him in a movie. So I delved deep into research, and this is what I come up with. And let me just say, the answer is oh hell no, because that is just way too creepy. But let's get back onto point, and today's Know Your Roots is going to take you back to the schoolyard. Now, Persona 5 Royal is probably, no, it's definitely the heavyweight champion of the schoolyard video games at the moment, and no Dilbus haven't played it yet, so. It's a sweeping JRPG of epic proportions, and it's well worthy of the place. Then we have Detention, which was released in 2017 alongside the original release of Persona 5, and what we have here is a deliciously twisted and deep Taiwanese horror game, and as you see, set within the confines of yet another school. 2015 gave us Life is Strange, where you play as Maxine Caulfield, an 18-year-old senior at her school, but there's something special about her. This girl can rewind time whenever the adventure just doesn't go the way she plans. A game full of moral dilemmas which makes it, well, it's a must play. Now, many of you probably think that Rockstar's Bully is the first schoolyard game, but no, it's not. Don't get me wrong, it's a fabulous game, and in my opinion it's better than the Grand Theft Auto games, but it doesn't quite have that title of the first schoolyard game. In 1984, Microsphere released School Days for the 8-bit home micros. Now, as you can see, you get to name all your characters, which was a lovely little addition at the time. Now, the game itself, fairly simple, but I want you to take a closer look at the graphics, because, let's face it, for 1984, these are quite phenomenal. Now, as you've seen there, our hero has just used his slingshot to hit one of the shields hanging on the walls. And that was the whole point of the game. But not all of the shields were just as easy to hit as standing at the top of the stairs. Look here as we fire our catapult and we hit the teacher in the head and then get 100 lines. And we get 100 lines because we are the closest character to the teacher who's been struck by that catapult. So as you see, we're moved on to a classroom, and again 300 lines, all because there's not enough seats in this classroom, which is a bit of a shame, but all you can do is hope that that bell goes and you can get out of that classroom. Now, as you saw with the game, you get lines whenever you get into trouble, and if you get to 10,000 lines, your game is over. Now, as you've seen there, someone else has just fired a catapult, that backpack. What a naughty boy. So at playtime you really are just trying to hit as many teachers as possible. And there you go, Ploopachoop now getting into trouble for something he probably didn't do. But it's not all playtime, as you see, we now have to move to another class, and there's Brew getting into trouble for something he definitely didn't do. So, dinner time, and dinner time is mayhem. As you can see, it's just catapults and punches flying left, right and centre. And there's poor Brew again, getting in the way of the teacher's line of vision and taking the brunt of those lines. Now it's not all just running about, there are some little bits and pieces here and there that make the game quite interesting, such as writing on the blackboard. But this in particular, Backpack has hidden a pea shooter with your name on it in the fire escape, and if Pac-Man Case gets there before Backpack, you will get lines. So as you see, I have a side quest now, and what I have to do is make sure that our old headmaster Pac-Man Case doesn't get to that fire escape before Backpack can get up there and retrieve the contraband, which in this case he does. But of course, like Thanos, in the end it will be inevitable that you will collect so many lines that your game will be over. And now that I've reached that magical 10,000 lines, it's time to go home until I've finished them. So there you have it folks, probably the granddaddy of all schoolyard video games. Now, have you ever played Back to School, or Bully, or Persona 5, or any of the games mentioned in this video? If so, drop in the comments what you thought about them. Also, if you liked this video, please hit the like, because you know what, it makes such a difference to us. And if you want to see more, and there will be more, then hit that subscribe button and ring the bell if you want to know when the videos go up. But anyway, thank you again for your time, and until next time, bye!